What's up, guys? Hey guys, hi family, konnichiwa. How we doing, guys? Here from Japan. So this is just again our family update. Love hearing from you guys. We have a lot more phone calls sometimes with some of the family members. So thank you guys for engaging and calling us and emailing us and staying connected with kind of what we're doing. It definitely fills us with joy when we get to get information from you guys. Shout out to Matt, my brother Matthew. He is doing awesome. I got your update. I'm actually really happy I got your update. I haven't heard a lot from you in a while, so it was great being able to catch up, hear what you got going on. All the best to you. You're gonna rock it. You're gonna do awesome. So shout out for you guys who aren't following. Hopefully you got his update. He's doing phenomenal. Awesome job, Walter. You're hanging in there, buddy. I know I've only seen you when you were a newborn, but much love to you, nephew. I know you're gonna be awesome, and you're gonna kick butt wherever you go. So great job. Just some encouragement from us over here from Japan. B, you're awesome. So definitely shout out to you holding it down. I know Matt can't do it by himself, so it's definitely a team effort that way. But so many cool things here in Japan, guys. Again, thank you for joining us. This is our journey in Japan. For all the updates and stuff, subscribe to the podcast. It's there. And all its funness. You guys can get it all kinds of ways now. Working on trying to figure out Google, but for now, you can consume it all the ways you normally can. But there's hundreds of ways that you guys can do it. Again, I'm coming to you live from my studio that I have here in Japan. I'm creating it from scratch, so it's getting there. It is a work in progress, but I'm excited all the time just to keep working on it and building it. It's a cool little do-it-yourself project. So eventually you'll get a cover. Right now it's just an open concept. I'll get foam kind of put everywhere, and again I'll share some photos with you guys. But it's coming together, and I'm super enjoying it. But we are reaching almost 2 months here in Japan. Again, we're here for 3 years, unless Miata takes command, and then we might be here another year longer. But for now, we're 3 years, and we're excited. I mean, I got here June 9th. Miata got here earlier, so she's a little like 2 weeks ahead of me. But it's almost August, so we've been here for almost 60 days. So lots of stuff has been happening. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the content that we put out so far. But with that, here's a few updates for everybody. Officially now, we will get all of our household goods, all 3 shipments will be here on the 27th between 8 and 5. So I'll be at the house from 8 to 5. And we are pumped. We could not be more excited to just get our household goods, get things set up. It's been a task trying to get this done. So we are super excited. The 27th we will have our household goods. So we are pumped, and we'll send out more videos and more pictures and things that you guys can see once everything is here. That way you guys can get a full walkthrough from start to finish of everything. I mean, I know I sent out a short one, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's just got the bare bones that we've had, but we're gonna have everything in, and we're gonna send out some more stuff for you guys for that. So super pumped. Again, last couple weekends have been really heavy for us. We've been going out in the community, traveling, doing a bunch of stuff. Last weekend we celebrated our 5-year anniversary, so we got to go out in the community, do a whole bunch of cool stuff. Akihabara, Shinjuku, the Imperial Palace, Sensoji Temple. So lots of things we were able to do last weekend, just travel wise. So we put a bunch of stuff out. We got to go to a robot cafe. It's still, I love the robot cafe. I'm a nerd, so that stuff is just super exciting for me. It was just such a cool experience. Even playing with baby otters was definitely an experience. So super excited to share some of that stuff with you guys. And I'm really glad that a lot of you guys actually tuned in and watched that. So awesome. Alyssa, thank you for the comment. We got it. That is awesome. It was definitely an amazing experience. Hopefully if you come, we'll have an opportunity to take you there. The staff was awesome. They literally hands down were the best staff I've seen work with animals so far. So if you show up and come to Japan, which shameless plug, you need to show up and come to Japan, we're going to be able to get that out and get to that area and show you that. So we do have a bunch more travel that we're going to be doing. We've slowed it down just a little bit. Miata has user leave that she must use, so we'll be taking about 3 weeks to go out, probably spend a week around this area, just traveling. We've kind of just stayed local and done some stuff on the train, but as she has to use some of that leave, we'll devote some of that time to traveling, getting some better videos and better stuff out there. So I have a tripod now, so this makes it a little bit easier to not just hold my phone and try to get past people. I can actually set up and record. So some cool stuff there. But because we had that, check out the other podcasts, check out the YouTube, make sure you guys look at it. That has all the stuff from last weekend. This weekend, we're going to slow it down. We're going to be here at the house. We got a lot of stuff. We got a plan for the upcoming months. And just getting things squared away and settled before we get into August. So, but Miata, updates on Miata. I can now, just a reminder, I can't share everything, but I can generalize, and I'm hopefully generalizing enough so you guys kind of get a picture of kind of what's going on. I cannot tell you her job, what she does, can't do any of that, but what I can do is her personal development, professional development, her growth. I can share all that stuff all day long, and that actually is the stuff I'm most excited about. So I have no problem sharing all that stuff and her victories that she is having on a daily basis, because she is just awesome. And she is just going out there killing it. And she is becoming a huge asset to her unit right now. She is encouraging people. She's lifting people up. She's making sure people don't get super negative. She's guarding herself so much better, setting boundaries, making sure she's getting her stuff turned in on time. I mean, she is by far blossoming in her new role. So for those who don't know, she's a captain. So in the outside of the military world, that's like a middle manager. So it's her first real, like, I have lots of tiers below me, and I have tiers up, and I got to be able to manage both sides. So again, as your lieutenant, you're just basic, your first line management, you're learning how to manage, that's second and first. Now you're a captain, now you're a middle manager. You got all the tiers below and one or two that you have to still manage a little bit. And then that continues to help you grow and progress. But she is killing it, doing so awesome. And I could dote on that forever because she's really doing a phenomenal job. And again, that's testament to the people that have really poured into us in the last 3 years. So for those who don't know, we've been personally mentored right now, and we are getting professional development, personal development. We're getting future planning, all this kind of stuff. Lots of people pouring into us, and really just coaching and mentoring us in life. And there's so many people, Carlos and Amanda, Camelo, Ryan and Jess Marziti, so many different people who have just poured into our lives. And this is the result. The result is huge amount of confidence, self-awareness, and really Miata blossoming in your professional career. So many benefits. So a huge shout out to those guys who've just been able to pour into us. But for you guys, this is awesome. Being able to, keep your prayers going for Miata. She continues to develop and grow. She does have a lot she's going to be doing. Again, I can't share everything, but she is going to be a lead in the next training exercise that they have going on. So she's going to be taking a lead role in that. And I could not be more excited for her for being able to do that. And this is a very small post, so word gets around. So she's going to kill it. She's going to do awesome. But that is going to be her first role that she will have to undertake. So super excited. She's going to have that coming up in a couple weeks. And she's going to be running it, and she's going to execute, and she's going to be awesome. So keep your prayers up for that. Super excited to share that with you guys. Outside of what Miata is doing professionally, I have joined a softball tournament league. So there's about 10 to 12 games total. It's one game a night, and sometimes we have 3 games a week, sometimes we have 2. And I have to say, I have not played in 4 years, and I feel it. I feel the aches, the pains, the joints, what happens when you don't stretch. I'm no longer in my nimble 20s, being able to speed around the diamond. So I don't have the ability to do all that, but it is awesome to be on a team again. It's awesome to compete. It's fun. This is a great group of guys to be around, and it's building my own community. I haven't had the opportunity to build a lot of the community because a lot of the community as a spouse is all female. There's very rarely any male spouses, so being able to at least engage in a more male-dominant area has been awesome for me. Be able to build some solid friendships through that, and just be around the soldiers a little bit more. I mean, most of these guys are enlisted; they are soldiers. We have one lieutenant, first lieutenant, who's hanging out, also playing. So, but I feel it, man. I'm sore today. We've had 2 games this last week. We won the first game, 14-5. We lost last night, 21-9. We played the highest ranked seeded team, so I didn't expect to come out of it unscathed, and I am absolutely sore. I had an in the park home run. Hit it opposite field, so I'm a righty, so I hit it to the right, over the right fielder's head, sped around the diamond, and I actually face planted into the dirt. We got mud all over my face, made it to home, made the point, but it definitely was, I pulled both hamstrings a little bit, so I'm a little tender today, so I'm going to do a lot of stretching, a lot of walking, just kind of working the muscles back out, but no longer nimble 20. I can feel 30 on the horizon. So, but it's fun. It's fun to just be around, joke, earn nicknames, stupid stuff. They called me Popeye yesterday. It was so funny. I have a bald spot on my back of my head, so I guess that came out of something. But it was fun. It's just a fun experience. It's fun to just be around guys and goof off and shoot the poopy and just be awesome and just have fun. That's some of the just fun stuff you get to do. So there's other events that I can take part of as a spouse. I missed the opportunity to do flag football, so we're going to try to get on top of that next time it comes around. We're not allowed to do a basketball tournament, but when that comes up, I'll probably sign up for that. There's just a lot of little things that I'm trying to get involved in, so at least I'm getting some exposure to other people outside of the female spouse over like dominating group that's on post. I just don't want to be around that. It's just not something I'm good at, and I don't want to do like textiles, underwater basket weaving and things like that. Not really interested. The next judo class, which I'll probably do something with, that meets once a week. That won't start up till August, so I'll probably do some of that coming up here in August. It's once a week. It's an afternoon for like an hour, so it's something to do. However, next month does start for August. August 23rd is when I start my master's program. I could not be more excited. Economics is, again, something I'm just excited about. I've talked a little bit about it, so really looking forward to that coming up in August. At the end of August, I'll be starting that process to get my master's started and completed lickety-split. So, again, trying to take that opportunity to get things done in a timely fashion. So I have a list, so I'm going to keep myself on track here. But, our next step in our journey for us is going to be really how we're going to future plan the next 90 days. The next 90 days is going to be huge. There's a lot of events that we have going on. A lot of little things that we have to get planned out. So last weekend was more travel for anniversary. This weekend we're going to spend some time looking at the calendar and trying to future plan out some stuff in the next 60 to 90 days. So super excited about that. Outside of that, most of you guys know I am reading a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Families. I got that book when I was on a marriage retreat with Miata at her old unit. And it was the second marriage conference that we went to. They're trying to do one here, so we'll see how that goes. Pending more updates. But that book has so many awesome nuggets. And we had an opportunity to kind of just spend some time, about an hour and a half on the phone with Miata's oldest sister. And what's so funny is when you start reading all this stuff, and you start reading and you start applying stuff, things pop up, and God gives you these awesome little opportunities to say, hey, you should share what you're reading to uplift this person. And when you listen and you apply, good things happen. So I wanted to share some of that stuff with you guys, and I want to share with you guys a quote from the book. And this is really kind of where Miata and I are growing in our own marriage, and I hope it encourages you. I hope this message for you challenges you a little bit to upgrade and level up, but I also hope it's an awesome opportunity for you guys to see what Miata and I talk about here in Japan, as well as just in life in general. So here we go. This is from Stephen Covey. There is a tremendous need for husbands and wives to sit down together and carefully plan, or in a sense, mentally or spiritually create their own future. The greatest thing you can do for your children is love your spouse. The strength of this bonding in the marriage creates a sense of security in the entire family. This is because the most significant relationship in the family by far is that of a husband and wife. Boom. that right there is really where Miata and I are focusing. We know that coming soon, in the next 3 to 5 years, kids are going to come into the picture. We know that's something we've already looked at. We already know what our trajectory is for that. We already have that planned out. In the next 3 to 5 years, that is what's going to happen. However, if we aren't working on ourselves in these things, especially on our communication, we're not going to be ready. Everyone says, well, you'll never be ready for kids. Yeah, that might be true. There's things you're going to learn that we don't know about. That's true. But there's certain things for us as married husband and wife that we can do now to make us more prepared. Part of it is working on communication. We constantly work on communication. We over communicate sometimes. How do we work through struggle? How do we problem solve? How do we come up with creative solutions? We do all that already. Because we know that right there is going to set us up for when we do have kids. Yes, there's certain things we know we're not going to be prepared for, and when we get there, we'll have to learn it. That's awesome. We'll learn it when we learn it. But there's certain things between Miata and I as a husband and wife we can perfect before we have kids. And that is, part of it is what we're doing now, which is planning. Having that awesome time to sit aside and go, hey, look, we got to make sure we're good, and then we go from there. Carlos and Amanda actually showed me this when they by the way, have 7 kids. So this is not just, they have kids, right? When they opened up their home and I was able to go to Georgia for a conference, I stayed in their house for that weekend. And I noticed how they ran and managed their family across 7 kids and 2 adults. They had a family calendar. And being able to say, hey, the children's job was to put their events on that family calendar. If it wasn't on the family calendar, it didn't get planned. Amanda and Carlos sat down. They looked at their calendar religiously every month for the next month, looked at all the events the kids had put on there. They make a game plan and they execute. It was awesome. I've never seen that type of dedication and that level of intentionality with a calendar before. So for me, that's kind of how what we're working on now is building that strong habit of having ourselves organized. So when kids come in the picture, boom, it's just a small little addition. It's a small tweak versus having to make these macro changes that we can honestly not plan for. Secondly, one thing that Miata and I are working on is we understand that there has to be a presence for adults to have with kids, especially in today's world and society. So for us, we're working on opportunities, whatever that may look like for us, where we know we're going to want to be present and really pour in on the educational side for our kids. I know that Miata and I have talked about homeschooling and all this other stuff. How are we going to do it? What's it going to look like? And these are things we're going to be talking about tomorrow. So there's just little things like that we are constantly communicating on. We know that in this world, education is not safe. So it might need to be hey, we need to spend more time and whatever we need to do to put aside whatever we can so that we position ourselves that, hey, during those impressionable years, one person stays home. And really pours in those values and those principles early versus later. So many things that we're discussing and talking about again, but that's because we know in the next 3 to 5 years, kids will come into the picture and that will become something we need to look at. But that's what we've talked about for the last couple weekends, the stuff that we've been discussing with each other. It was awesome, and I hope we had the opportunity to encourage, her sister yesterday, and just pour in her. We love having conversations with her. She's like our she keeps us honest. If we don't level up, we're never able to share more cool stuff. So, definitely a shout out to her and her growth. Their family's about to enter a new chapter, and they're going to be awesome, and they're going to kill it, and they're going to be fantastic in their new chapter of what they're doing. And I'm speaking to you guys, so you can hear me, and I know you guys listen to the podcast. So shout out to you guys. You guys are going to kill it. You're going to do awesome. You're going to be blessed. No matter what, you guys are going to do awesome. So super excited to see your guys' new chapter. And what you guys are going to be able to create for your new chapter. So shout out to you guys. But with that, guys, that's what I have. That's the update. Miata and I are learning, growing, moving, grooving, doing what we got to do. We are blessed and pumped to be here in Japan. We have been excited. There's so many cool cultural differences that we just enjoy. We wish we could bring, we're going to take some of this stuff with us back to the States and really incorporate it in our life. There's just so many things, just common courtesies and cultural stuff and national pride done right. And just so many cool things that they've been able to share with us here just by people being people. It is awesome. So I hope that this podcast gets to you guys. I hope it encourages you. I hope it blesses you. I hope you guys are doing awesome and doing well. We miss all of you guys. We miss seeing you guys, talking to you guys, having phone calls, having calls, FaceTimes, you name it. We miss 100% of all the family that are back in the States. But with that, guys, I will say sayonara for this video and this recording and this podcast, and I will hopefully see you guys. If you guys are going to come to Japan in a couple years, that'd be awesome. We'd love to show you guys around, but if not, we're excited to be able to share our journey so that you can live through us. Love you guys.